first of all, after the first or second set, after the second set, really, their faces were just like, right.
Yep.
So in serve receive, you could just see the fear in their eyes. Gage, serve receive is all mental. Sometimes you're at that point where you're like, shoot, don't serve me, please. Some point. But you could look across the net and you could see that in their faces. And we were talking, like, our coaches were talking to us. And they're like, look across the net. Like, they don't want this. Or obviously they do. But, like, y'all want it more. Like, they're on their heels. You just can see it in their presence. So I think that was kind of cool, where they're usually super, and they don't do much of that. So.
No, I agree. I mean, you could see it. I mean, and then you guys, the thing that I saw about you guys was, like, the steadiness of stuff. Like, you guys were always in system, even out of system. Obviously, Madison's doing a great job. The back row, including yourself, of course.
So, okay, first of all, Madison, like, changed our culture. Like, when we came back or after last season, she listened to a podcast over quarantine, and she, like, came back, and she's like,
was that our podcast?
No. Sorry. No.
Wait, listen. It's if you can't handle
straight facts.
It was
sorry. Continue.
You can't talk about if, it was when. So we changed the whole verbiage of, like, all right, when we make it to the Final Four. And I'm not gonna lie, probably this amount of people believe that we were 100% gonna be in the Final Four, right? And we all had, like, yeah, we'll probably, and, like, we hope, but it wasn't like we know for sure. So that was something that changed. And then number two, you guys, when I'm talking about, like, the national championship. So I was a Under Armour All-American, and when we did that, we got to watch the Final Four, like, my senior year of high school. And I just remember sitting in the stands. We had, like, really cool seats. It was awesome. But we were sitting in the stands, and I just remember thinking, like, wow, I would be so nervous to be in this moment. Like, I wonder what they're thinking about in the locker room. I wonder how they're preparing mentally. Like, I'm thinking on serve receive, I'm shaking, you know what I mean? But going into that match, it felt like I was playing Georgia across the net. Now, when we played in the Final Four, it was literally
major diss to Georgia. Oh my God, Gabby.
No.
Ooh, roasting Georgia.
You know what I mean? But even in the national championship, like, it was no different. And I think that was something that's super cool. And I want to live to tell. It's like, if you're in that position and you feel that comfortable, like, you should be confident that you're going to win. You know what I mean? Right. But I was asking the same questions to my teammates. I was like, the more I watched, the more film I watched, the more confident I got that we were going to win. Not that they weren't good, but just we are so skilled and, like, play so well out of system. Our outsides are freaking bomb out of system. So I was just like, if we can at least serve and pass, out-serve past them, which we should have, and then put up a decent block, like, we should win 100%. But I was asking my teammates, like, do you guys think that they are going to win? Like, they think they're going to win? Because I'm like, no way. You know what I mean?
Hey, no, like, you're saying Texas. You're asking if Texas.
Yeah, I was asking my teammates. I was like, do you think Texas thinks that they're going to win?
Yeah. You don't think they thought they were going to win?
Well, I was just like, no way. They like, oh, we got it in the bag. I'm thinking no way. But everyone else was like, oh, they definitely think that. Like,
yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, because, like, they may not think it's in the bag, but they're like, okay, we're gonna win this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
maybe.
I get.
I mean, you know better than I do. You played them. Shit. Yeah. What do I know? I just watched the game. I was just a spectator.
I asked one of their teammates, she said that yeah, everybody was like, yeah, we're gonna win this, but she said she could, like, feel the underlying, like I don't know.
That's just a number. I just stuttered like 3 seconds in a row right there. But that's the thing about, like, because Texas has been in the national championship for so long in the Final Four, but then they haven't gotten it done a lot of the time. So that monkey off that back's, like, big. And I think Hawaii's we're in that situation, BYU's in that situation, wherever, like, they've been there but just haven't gotten it done. So I think Kentucky, even, like, being for your first time, sometimes it's good because it's just your first time there and you're just like, I mean, but you guys have such a strong core. I was surprised by, like, always, no matter where. The difference between you and Texas was, like, you guys were always, like, putting it, like I said, out of system. Major shout out to out of system. In the right location all the time, even when off the net. And that's what, and you guys are hitters, you guys are the number one hitting team in the country, right? I mean, it's easy.
I'll be honest, I hadn't seen much of Allie. I was crazy impressed by her swing. Like, her mechanics on her swing, it's crazy. She has a really nice approach and nice swing. I was impressed.
Her transition is unbelievable.